Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Manjula Putri Nabila. Today I will be presenting about Applied Linguistic Project 2 for final test. And the test is about solve all cases study. First problem. Mr. Thompson is a linguistic studying the use of language in news reporting. He is particularly interested in how language can convey bias, shape public opinions, and influence the perception of news events. Mr. Thompson analyzes articles from various news outlets covering the same events to identify linguistic patterns that might indicate bias. He has also considered the impact of these linguistic choices on the audience, understanding and interpretation of the news. Question: what linguistic features should Mr. Thompson focus on to identify bias in news reporting? Discuss at least three features and explain how they can contribute to biased reporting. And this is my answer. First is lexical choices and semantic framing. Lexical choice refers to the specific words and phrases used in news reporting. These choices are rarely neutral. They carry connotation and ideological weight that shape how readers perceive the event or actors involved. Semantic framing involves the way language highlights certain aspects of a story while downplaying others. Constructing a particular viewpoint or narrative. For example, studies on COVID-19 reporting showed that media with different political stances, for example CNN versus CBN, favored different connotations around the word vaccine, with one focusing on positive guidance and the other implying downsides through implicit phrasing. And next, number 2, pragmatic features, implicature and presumptions. Implicature is suggested indirectly, while presumption involves assumptions embedded within statements that readers are expected to accept as given. Headlines or sentences might carry presumptions that frame an issue negatively or positively without explicitly stating it. For example, even the mayor admits the policy failed. Presupposes failure and consensus influencing readers to accept this as fact. And number 3, searching quotation patterns and voice. The selection and presentation of sources who is quoted, how often and in what context play a crucial role in shaping the narrative and perceived credibility. For example, passive construction can obscure agency. For example, mistakes were made. Avoid assigning blame affecting accountability perceptions. And next is storytelling. A news headline caught everyone's eyes. Even the mayor admits the policy failed. The word even wasn't just a word, it suggested surprise and emphasized the mayor's admission. This presupposed that the policy had indeed failed and that the mayor's agreement was significant. People reading it didn't need to be told the policy was bad. They they accepted it as fact. Behind the scenes, headlines implicature hint that others has already criticized the policy, and now the mayor's admission confirmed it through subtle language. The headlines shape public opinion without stating everything outright. And that's for the storytelling part, problem 1. And next is problem 2. Imagine you are a language planner working for the government of a country with a diverse linguistic landscape. The country has several indigenous languages spoken by different ethnic groups, as well as dominant national language used for official purposes. Your task is to develop a language policy that promotes linguistic diversity while ensuring effective communication and national unity. Question: how can the government promote the use and preservation of indigenous language through education? And this is my answer. First, morphology and syntax in curriculum design. Incorporating linguistic theories such as morphology, the study of word formation and syntax sentence structure into curriculum develop helps create teaching materials that reflect the grammatical structure of indigenous language. This approach ensures that learners understand and use their language correctly and confidently, which aids in literacy development and academic success. And number two, conversation analysis and pragmatics for classroom interaction. Applying conversation analysis and pragmatics study of language in context can improve classroom communication by recognizing indigenous language norms and interaction styles. Teachers trained in these areas can be better facilitate discussions and respect cultural communications patterns and encourage active participation. And the number three, applied linguistic and content creation for educational research. Collaborating with content creators skilled in applied linguistics to produce educational researches in indigenous languages involve a dynamic community-centered process that goes far beyond simply translating materials. This approach harnesses linguistic expertise and technology to create culturally relevant, engaging, and contextually meaningful learning tools that support language revitalization and education both inside and outside the classroom. And next, storytelling for part 2. In Lumina, indigenous language were fading. The government united applied linguistic elders and content creators to revive them. Linguists recorded authentic stories and language features, while creators transformed this into engaging apps, videos, and books. Children learned through interactive games and storytelling, connecting with their heritage. The community guided every step, ensuring cultural respect. This collaboration made language fun and relevant, sparking pride and daily use. Through technology and tradition, Lumina's language flourished again, proving that thoughtful content creation can breathe new life into indigenous languages. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.